Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Today I'm tackling the question, will my succulent grow bigger? And the short answer is yes, but I want to give you a rule of thumb quickly. The bigger the plant, the bigger the pot, or the bigger the pot, the bigger the plant. Whichever way you look at it, it's really simple. And I'm going to discuss three things with you. Number one, it is the size of the pot or the area that your succulent is in. Number two is the health conditions of the plant. And number three is the babies of the succulent, because believe it or not, the babies on the succulent actually determine the size of the plant as a whole. So this is now a sempervivum. This one specifically is a tectorum. And you can see that it's got rosettes like that, and it's got little babies that are on. So if you leave the babies on, it's going to fill the pot, and then it's going to stay nice and, constricted. So if this is growing in a pot or in a garden, it will still make babies. The only difference is if you take these babies off, this plant will get bigger in size. If you leave the babies on, it will have less space to grow, so it will stay the same size. So will my succulent grow bigger? Have a look at this gorgeous little baby. Little tectorum. Alright, so number one is the size of the pot determines the size of the succulent, and that's very true. Have you ever left your succulent in a small pot? You'll see that the stem grows nice and fat, that its leaves will maybe get a bit smaller, and it will go nice and colorful. Now that's stressing. The succulent is stressing because its roots doesn't have a lot of space to grow. Flip the coin, if you put it into the garden, then all of a sudden it's got all of the soil to grow. It can literally spread its roots this way, that way, anywhere you want to have the roots, it will grow. So with that in mind, the more root space it has, the more it has to grow upwards. And that is really what you can take. Will my succulent grow bigger? Yes, as long as it has enough soil. If you stop giving it soil, if you keep it in a small pot, chances are it's going to stay small and grow a lot slower for the rest of its life. It will look very cute, don't get me wrong. It's not going to die. It will look very, very, very cute. Number two is the health conditions. So when the plant is now in the pot, or if it's in the garden, wherever it may be, the health of the succulent determines if it will make babies or not. If the succulent needs water, then its leaves are go crispy, and its head is going to be nice and small. It's not really going to produce so many babies or usable babies. And when I say usable babies, I mean, even if it does make a baby, it doesn't look nice. So if your plant is stressing, it doesn't really make nice babies. Whereas if your succulent is nice and healthy, the leaves are nice and upright, it's nice and firm, then the babies are just going to be popping out left, right and center, and the mother plant will grow bigger as a result. And when the mother plant grows bigger, it will make a baby, which grows bigger, make another baby, which grows bigger. It's really a nice cycle to put the plants in the garden or into a bigger pot so they can grow. If it is busy rotting, the first thing it will do is the leaves will then turn like a off yellow, brown, mushy, and then just collapse. The plant will literally go from nice and upright to collapsed, dying, and it won't make many babies. A solution to succulents that are overwatered or underwatered is always just chop the head off and then replant it. It works every time. It's a win-win, because now you're gonna chop off the plant, you're gonna plant it, and that will grow, and on the stem it will make babies all around on the stem where you chopped off the head with certain succulents. And these guys, I haven't done weeding in a while, but just have a look at them. This is a little Echeveria setosa, and you can see that its babies, it's so compact, and as soon as I take these babies off, then the mother plant will grow bigger and bigger, which is really cool to see and to know. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Like, subscribe, share, and go to succulentacademy.com. And then number three, what I want to show you, or what I want to tell you about, is the babies of the succulent. So With a rosette, an echeveria, a sempervivum, for example, it will now be the mother plant, and it will make babies everywhere, right? You must have seen it where your succulent looks like there, and it's got a couple of babies, and if you leave the babies on, that's fine, because it will grow, it will multiply, it will be all nice, but the mother plant will still stay the same size. As soon as you start taking those babies off, the mother plant will just gradually get bigger and bigger. Because just think about it. When the mother plant is over there, and it's got babies growing all around, it doesn't really have space to grow. It doesn't have, the chance to put its leaves and, just get bigger, because there's now babies in the way. But if you take those babies off, all of a sudden it's got so much more space to grow. And a very good example of this is a sempervivum. You can see the sempervivum arachnoidum. It's a little green little rosette with little cobwebs on. One of my favorite succulents. And that thing literally has got babies on each side. And it looks very cute if you leave the babies on, because it's baby, 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 baby. And all of them grow till about tennis ball size. If you take the babies off, then it will grow a bit bigger, maybe to the size of your palm. Echeverias are the same, especially those ones that grow nice and tight. As soon as you cut the babies off the stem, then it will get bigger. So just to recap, because that was not quite a lot to take in, will my succulent grow bigger? The answer is yes. You just have to make sure that it is healthy, it's got enough root space, and also that you can take off the babies. Sometimes if you take off the babies of succulents like a crashula tree, or plants that grow on a stem, it will make a baby here, it will make a baby there, basically like that, and then it will grow that way. If you chop it off there, it will stop growing. But with the succulents that are now, circular rosettes, take their babies off and it will just grow a lot bigger. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please go to succulentacademy.com, where I've made a guide for you guys to keep your succulents literally growing forever. Because there's certain little tricks that you can learn about succulents. There's certain little tips that you can learn about succulents. Just in general, I've made many mistakes. I've killed thousands of succulents by accident. But I learned a lot. Every time you fail, you learn something. So you can take a step forward and just learn from my mistakes. So all of the different things that I tell you, it's because I've learned from it. I've learned from my mistakes. Chopped up for baby, yes. I've seen how they grow. I've realized that if you chop the head off, or if you take the babies off rather, the mother plant will grow bigger and bigger, and it looks very beautiful. It also looks very beautiful if you keep the babies on. So welcome to my channel. That's Succulent Academy, succulentacademy.com as well. My name's Heinberger, and you are watching Why Will My Succulent Grow Bigger? Why? Will my succulent grow bigger? Yes, it will. 3 things that I'm going to talk about, or that I did talk about. 1 is the pot at which your succulent is in. That determines the size. Number 2 is the health of the succulent. A happy succulent will make babies. Unhappy won't make babies. And number 3 is the babies. Are you going to take the babies off? Mother plant will get bigger, or you leave the babies on and it'll be cramped and they're around about the same size. But regardless, thank you so much for watching my video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, give it a great big thumbs up, and I want to give you a thumbs up for watching. We're now in my plant house just as the video is ending, and yeah, it's really an awesome place here.